All right, boom, we're back. Another episode, Squeeze the Neck podcast. And today, privileged to have with me one of the best coaches I've ever come across in life. And as you can see, we're all sweaty. He just bashed me up. The first time I've had a guest on has beat me up before the session. But we're ready to rock and roll. The great and powerful Lyubo Kumbarov. Thank you very much, mate, for doing this.
Brother.
Yeah, very well, mate. So we are today Function First, it's called?
Yes, in Lincoln, function
In Lincoln.
first.
Far up north.
Maybe in the afternoon we can go Lincoln grappling coalition.
Lovely, lovely. Perfect.
See how if you're not
Nice.
too much exhausted.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, nice to see you back.
it's great to
it
be
has
back,
been
man.
a long time.
It's been too long, man. And coming up here, doing this session with you, it blows your mind. It makes you feel about the levels,
No, man, it's good to go. Through some of the technical stuff, you haven't forgotten much. You still have the pressure, you still have the connection. But yeah, I think it just when you focus on the small details, that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, how to say, all of us have the positions, but when we miss the small detail, then we lose the whole technique. We get exhausted. But I enjoyed it today. It's good to see you back, and also here, like the people here are very very nice, as you saw.
Very nice people.
Before, like when we started with them the training, it took them a while to understand, like the style, the pressure, the flow, always with the mindset of attack.
Mm-hmm.
But now they are happy, like because once you understood how to say how to move, how to flow, how to enjoy the grappling, then you love it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if you just focus on like physicality and craziness in any position, or if you just search for the submission or the tap, sometimes you get caught up in something that you lose the joy.
Yeah.
You lose the joy of the grappling. So I think majority of the time when we train, that's what we are after. Like just flow, enjoy. Even when you compete, that's how we should approach it first. Just flow, move, and then of course there should be time of crush, but mix it up. Don't just go like with the blind zone and go through, or don't just be so chill that somebody can crush to you. I think it's mix it up, but feel it, see it, and that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. So for anyone who doesn't know, like your background is freestyle wrestling.
Yeah, freestyle.
Yeah. So, and obviously you've adapted that submission-wise and everything. And like I found when I met you, I think it was 2017 in Kingston, right? I came to you with Nikki. Shout out Nikki, coach. Brought us to a class. Didn't think much of it. It was just a wrestling class. So we thought, fuck, let's turn up and let's do it. I think I just got, or maybe I'd been a blue belt for a year or something, so I'd grappled, but whatever. And then I turned up and it was like, everything changed for me, And since that day, I don't think I pulled guard once.
Yeah.
I've just been like, and a lot of people like in jiu-jitsu, like who I train with, always say, "Oh, you do just wrestling. It's wrestling." It's like, mate, you got no idea. Go and train with Lyubo. He'll teach you wrestling.
No, it's mixture. Actually, it's not pure wrestling, because a lot of the wrestlers, for example, they don't do this type of style, or a lot of the grapplers as well. They're just sticking. It's a mixture. You have to mix it up, and if you see in the recent times, let's say at least in the past, at least 10 years, you see a lot of cross training, a lot of the grapplers, a lot of jiu-jitsu people, a lot of the MMA fighters. It's not like everybody coming with his own style. Now everyone search for for the hybrid, like you have to mix it up. Otherwise, if you just with the mentality stuck with your own game, doesn't matter what it is, wrestler or boxer or jiu-jitsu or grappler, you're left behind,
Yep.
So that's why a lot of people, and I've noticed down south at Roger Gracie Academy, I was coaching there. I think I started 2014 to coach there, maybe for around four years, and a lot of the people, for example, during that time were purely, for example, with their background, they're trying to compare which one is best. Is jiu-jitsu best or is it wrestling best? Like there is no such a thing what is best, just the mixture between either the wrestling and jiu-jitsu, judo and wrestling, or sambo. That's the best, That's why, if you see these Dagestani athletes, you can call it Dagestani athletes, why they're taking over the combat world, either the combat sambo or the MMA arena or the Olympic Games in the freestyle wrestling.
Yeah.
What they're doing different than than the rest of the world? I don't know. We have to go and find out. But I think they're mixing it up, you know, and also the environment they live in, the traditions they have, the community. It's all adds up, you know. Like, for example, if you live within a society where everybody wants to train and fight, you get inspired. You have to do it as well.
Yeah.
And I watched recently the Olympic Games in Paris. Man, a lot of wrestlers from that region, they represent, for example, some of them represent Bahrain, Bulgaria, Uzbekistan. Man, all of them, or most of them, medal, gold, bronze, silver. They separate the medal between them. They come from the same region.
Because Russia's not allowed to compete this time.
They were not allowed to. Actually, that's a bit of shame, you know, like.
Well, I was going to say this later, but we'll bring it up now. Is it Sadulayev?
Sadulayev, yeah.
He was not there.
Sidakov, some of the lower weights.
And he's two-time gold medalist, but he would have probably won 3, right? This would have been...
I'm not sure you mean about Sadulayev. There is a younger lad, which is the new
really
talent who've been taking over the wrestling scene.
Oh, really? Who's his name?
Ahmed Tajidinov.
Okay. Which country is he from?
He's from Dagestan. He actually they train the same place. He's younger. Younger guy.
Okay.
A little bit younger than Sadulayev. And last year in the World Championship, he destroyed Sadulayev. He destroyed Snyder.
Oh.
He tech-fought Snyder. He beat 7. He leads 7-1 Sadulayev, and Sadulayev gave up. He had some neck injury.
Oh, is that him? Yeah, I saw it. Okay. I know who you're talking about.
And now he become the Olympic champion. You know?
Wow. And representing who?
Bahrain.
Okay.
Yeah, so
because was there a guy as well that represented Bulgaria that was from Dagestan this time?
Yes, he became Olympic champion, 86 kg.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
The other guy, 97 kg, also Olympic champion from same. And
Special place.
One of the other guys who is same region there as well. He's trained by the Saitiev brothers.
Yep.
He represented Uzbekistan. He got gold medal at 74.
So all the way through, and the Saitiev brothers, for anyone who doesn't know, was it the older brother or the younger brother who beat Yoel Romero in the final?
The older.
The older brother beat Yoel Romero. Adam beat Yoel Romero. So for anyone who knows Yoel Romero, he's a silver medalist. Yeah. The guy who beat him for the gold was one of the brothers we're talking about here. But yeah, so that's pretty. I didn't realise there was a guy that was beating Sadulayev. I was a bit disappointed he wasn't there.
Yeah, I was disappointed because, for example, it's not the same. You know, when I'm not sure, I'm not a politician, but for example, when you start mixing like sport with politics or religion with politics, yes. It becomes like a.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not good, you know.
But why did Sadulayev? Why was he not there? Why could he not go for another country, or did he not want to?
They just didn't want to. You know, they tried to suspend. I think the Olympic whoever is in charge. You know, the directors or whatever they. You know, nowadays there is some wars going on or some problems with Russia and Ukraine. Yeah. And they try to research what these guys doing, and for example, they're training, but also they're as a military. They have like a military position. You know, back home we had that before as well. You know, if you're a sportsman, they sign you up as a military. Okay. How do you say personnel? You know, just to your how do you say your pension or your work like your statistic for work is going on. You know, otherwise, if you dedicate all of your life, for example, from the age of 10, let's say, roughly, to the age of 30, 35, 40, I don't know, it depends how your body feels. You see this Djokovic nowadays, he's taking over like almost 40 years old. He's destroying everyone on tennis. But so if you dedicate completely your life for sport, and you cannot, let's say, that's your job, you know, you work as a sportsman. So they support them once they get to the age of retirement. And if you work for I'm not sure how it's here in the UK, but if you work for the police or some governmental job, you retire earlier. Yeah, you do a certain amount of time and then you retire. Yes, let's say at 50, 55, that's you retire. You don't wait until 67 or before. You never reach retirement. No. Can't be a fireman at 67, can you? So anyway, so they look that these guys, few of them, they're hooked up with the military, and they say they're not going to be allowed to represent their country at the Olympics. You know, we're going to ban them. Right. And they try to pick, this guy can do, this guy cannot do. And as a team, they say, man, if one guy doesn't go, none of us will go, you know, and that's the way forward. But it was shame, you know, like, it was good for a lot of the other wrestlers, like
I bet, yeah, a lot of guys.
because many people wouldn't medal, like
No.
if the Russian team was there. But I don't know, maybe for Los Angeles, maybe they will allow them. I don't know.
Is that next one? Los Angeles is coming next.
2028.
2028. Fuck, that makes me feel old, man. Like 2028 is coming around. But there was another guy. Obviously, I know it's not freestyle, it's Greco. But Mijan Lopez, if I said that right?
Yeah.
5 gold medals in Greco.
Yeah, man, this is amazing achievement, you know. But well done to him and like congrats. But I spoken to one of my friends who is a specialist in Greco. I'm not gonna mention who he is, but he say how can somebody get a 5 gold medal? That it's amazing. Maybe that, of course, this is a beast, you know, like crazy. I love this guy, you know, like it's amazing and inspiring, and very very humble as a person, good athlete, you know, good technical. Yeah. But he say that means the how do you say this? Within the weight category is not enough. How do you say? Is it concurrent? Like opponent, like strong
competitors,
opponent.
yeah.
So he says not the level of the is not as high.
Makes sense because I think he's 130 kilos, right? There's not many
people.
people.
The heavyweights, it's hard to find. Especially like his genetics, man. This guy is like,
freak, yeah.
Even if he doesn't train for another 4 years, he turns out at Los Angeles.
Well, there's a picture of him. Did you see the picture of him from 4 months ago? I think it's 3 or 4 months ago. There's a picture of him at training. Fat face, fat belly, like out of shape, like it's been off. And then 3 months' time, they show you him in the Olympics, wins the gold medal, fit, strong again.
I think he, especially at the heavyweight now, for example, for the other weights, it's gonna be harder. And you see it always somebody's taking over. Like there was one Armenian at, I think it was at 97 kg again at the Greco. Very tough, unbeatable as well. But now he lost at the Olympics. So always somebody can take over. But at the heavyweights, you can.
There's less people that big, isn't it? So it's tough. Do you know what I mean? Like how many people are bigger than 130 kilos that have to lose weight to make 130?
But anyway, so this guy said, man, how the competition at that weight is not as tough. He said, man, for example, if I find somebody, I would train someone with, and also he was talking mainly about the methodic of training. You know, he said methodic of training is the same. Like it hasn't, some countries maybe adapt something else, adjust a bit something else, but the functionality of the training, he was saying, hasn't changed much. You know, he say you need to change. You need to use different tools. For example, like let's say, I don't know, like maybe run up the mountains with the opponent or different or Bulgarian like back or spin and twisted throws. Change something within your training so you can see a difference. He said, man, if I done with my method, like methodology, I'll find somebody to beat him, you know. We're trying to argue with him and or discuss, you know. But it's good, man. It's good to see that's a good historical moment, you know.
And not just for wrestling, right? Because I think he's the first man ever to win 5 in the same event. There's certain people that have won 5 gold medals in a row, like Steve Redgrave was an English rower, but there was different events. They were slightly different. You know, like sometimes he had 2 or 1 partner, sometimes 3 partners in the boat or whatever he was doing. And I think he's the first ever in any sport to win the same event 5 times in a row. So it's crazy, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It's amazing, man. It's good to see what humans are capable of. You know?
And he put his boots down, which is the signal of retirement, right? So, and he's 41, so it's a good time, isn't it? It's nice.
Of course, you have to find some time to spend maybe with family, with friends, you know. You have to try to enjoy life, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's talk about you, mate. So I was lucky enough, and we'll get into that as this goes on maybe, I was lucky enough back in 2018, I think it was, to travel with you to Bulgaria and experience the training up close. And then there was like international competition going, and Dan Kolov competition was going on the week after. So we got to see like the international level guys up close training and stuff, which was an amazing experience, you know. But, you know, as well, I trained out there a little bit with you. I don't know if you remember, I dislocated my big toe 10 days before we go. So I was like, shit. I was off the plane limping and stuff, but it was even still, it was amazing.
Man. If you come to Bulgaria, just breathing the air there.
That's it. We're back. We feel good at this special place, isn't it? It's very like, you know, you go in the training halls and see people train.
It's very nice. You know, if you just, for example, we've been with some MMA fighters before, or some other guys. just the environment is different. If you witness yourself,
Yeah.
like to go and see the training halls there, you know, the mentality of the athletes, how they move, how they train, that kind of, how do you say, put a glimpse on your
Yeah.
on your soul, on your heart, and think, man, I want to do like this, you know.
Yeah.
For example, some of the MMA fighters, we went, there was few of them, like they were not taking their training too serious when they were here in the UK. But once they came there and they saw I cannot say if it's a proper training or not, but just different, a little bit different level.
I'll say it's proper training out
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
A little bit different level, and they got inspired, man. When they came back to the UK, man, they completely transformed. Like, it's not the same person, you know. So I think, in generally for the people, you know, if you want to improve, I'm not sure if I can talk about any field, but maybe for any field, it's same principle. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and I mean, if you cannot afford to travel abroad, at least go to a different gym.
Yeah.
You know, go to a different club. I think, yes, some people. I think back in the days when I came in the UK, 2009, you experience, you know, like different places, different things. First place I go, it was City University. Like we came here with my wife in the UK 2009. But we say, like, we came from the States, you know. I studied there, competed there, trained there, and we were more a little bit like the American American dream, American team. We go into London and don't need anybody, you know, just didn't know like what if you're gonna, we didn't have job, nothing, you know, we're just gonna go, maybe rent a hotel or something at the time, like 2009. But I had a friend of mine from New York City. I used to work the summers there and train at New York Athletic Club.
Mm-hmm.
Help him like painting around the avenues of New York, and learn a different trade as well, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then at the evenings I go to New York Athletic Club, train some tough wrestlers there. But anyway, so we got to this American mentality, you know, like go, and which is good, to go anywhere, just do everything by yourself. And when we came here in the 2009, my friend from New York, he just contacted us with one guy who was here a couple of years before. Just maybe we stay a night at his place and maybe just introduce each other. And we went there and he said, oh, there is a Bulgarian lady, she rents a room in Barking. He said, you want it? Of course we want it. 250 pounds, I think, I remember at the time. And that's it, we start searching for work, and I contacted one agency, GKR, I'm not sure if you know this.
No.
Go Kenru karate things.
Okay.
People selling membership on the people doors, you know.
Yeah.
This was a big scam anyway. Because I think we're gonna go train. I want to show how what I'm capable of, and we go to this gym and place, and they start teaching us how to sell, you know. And we go to people's doors, and me and you, I knock on your door, I say, hi, I'm from GKR club, and blah, blah, blah. Do you want some information about our club? They say, when they say yes, he said, oh, I'll bring it later on when I bring it to John next door. Anyway, so you want to get access to the door, and then when you go through, you say, oh, the membership is 50 pounds, 49.99, but only today you can get for 24.
Not tomorrow. Tomorrow.
So I was rubbish at this selling, man. I used to wear my shoes from walking. If I sell one membership per week, maybe somebody have mercy on me.
Just feel sorry for you. Just give you something.
The English guy, they sell a lot, man, like crazy. But you know the how do you say, the people attitude, how to approach them. You know, as a foreigner was difficult. You know. So, but later on, that was a good lesson for me. When somebody call me, or you go somewhere at the shop, or you see these promotions, and they say, "Oh, we're calling this and this," and only today.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Call me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think everything is a lesson, you know. But it was good experience during that time. But I knew, I'm not sure if you knew, but everybody has a feeling and desire for something, and I didn't give up. Just keep searching. At that time, internet wasn't not great, and websites or YouTube was not that popular at 2009. But I researched Wrestling London, and it came one thing at City University. I had to go all the way there, and I'm ready to train, you know, like put my things on, and I step on the mat. This guy stop. I said, man, come on, what do you mean stop? You have to pay. I said, what do you mean pay? What the hell, you know, like I was not used to UK system. Or you say you have to pay membership or pay as you go, something like this. I said, man, how am I gonna pay? I have 40 pounds. This guy, that's it, 40 pounds. I have no more money. You know?
That's it, yeah.
So this guy say, you have to pay 35 membership and £5 for the lesson. And I scratched my head. I said, man, what I'm gonna, my wife gonna, my girlfriend at the time, she will kill me when I go back home. She said, where is the 40 pounds? You know? Where he was struggling, you know. So I was about to go. I said, man, okay, man, I'm not paying nothing, you know. By this time I've been paid to wrestle, you know, like either through scholarship or sponsor or Bulgarian national team. So you're not used to. But you had to swallow the ego and say, man.
And who's teaching you? Is this English people?
Yeah, there was one Singaporean guy, Jake Wong was his name. He was gathering some of the students there and some other people. So I said, man, I've come all the way from Barking to here with, I think was Green Line, District Line, and then
shit line as well, for anyone who doesn't know London District Line, and especially back then it was even worse.
And then after that, take this Northern Line, the black one.
Yeah.
On Angel you go and then walk a little bit down. Anyway, so I had to swallow my ego and think, man, and that also another lesson, you know, when you go, maybe you, doesn't matter who you've been at the previous place, maybe like whoever, champion or mampion or king, or when you go to a new place, you go from underground, you start from zero, you have to prove yourself, make new relationships.
Did you tell him? Did you tell him he was Bulgarian champion?
No, I didn't say nothing, you know, like
because this is the thing, we'll come on to this later, but Lyubo's one of the most humble people in the world. He won't tell you like what he is, but then you feel him on the mat. So I'm sure if you trained with him, they
no, you cannot say, I mean, how do you say, like our culture is like, you don't
don't tell people.
No, you don't have to, you show.
You show it, yeah. Yeah.
So, but anyway, I had to swallow my ego and I said, man, okay, here's 30 pounds for membership, 5 for the lesson, and I have only 5 pounds to go back for the train, you know. Anyway, then after that, I used bike to go all the way from Barking to there. But anyway, so that was back at the day. So slowly, you start training, and then when some of the people feel like, wow, what the hell, this is something else, you know, something different, and they start saying, oh, can we do like private lesson? I said, man, what do you mean private lesson? One-to-one, I teach you, you teach me, I'll pay you. Really? Man, I got crazy. I said, man, that's okay, we can do it. And then we agree a date and a time, and I go there, man, for 60 minutes, like 60 minutes is the session, about an hour. 59 minutes, I don't let this guy touch the floor, you know, like, I want to show him how good I am, you know. And then, man, next time, next guy, nobody shows for a second time, you know. Yeah. If he shows for a second or if he shows for a second or third time, that he's a hero, you know. And I scratch my head. I think, man, what the hell, what I'm doing wrong, you know. Something is wrong. I'm doing my best, you know. I cannot do more than this, you know. But why they don't come back, the people? And then after that time, you realize, man, you have to measure the person, the level he is at, you know. If he's like a intermediate or beginner or advanced, you have to take it like that, you know. You don't have to crush them. But I think it takes a bit of time, you know. And then after that, maybe some people, they want to come to the gym. They just want to just a talk. Like, okay, let's just maybe talk. I need to talk with somebody today, or maybe just do technical or sparring. Like for example, in Aldershot, I go before when you used to come there. Yeah. Like Keith comes, or some of the other MMA tough guys come, 120
big
kilos.
Keith, yeah, big strong guy, man.
They say, what do you want to do today? Sparring. Another hour sparring, man. What the hell? You after the third session, you feel like I'm not sure if I can say this on you.
Yeah, you say what you want, man. Open.
You feel like a prostitute, you know. Like, you don't count the client next one coming. You just come on, just do whatever you want.
But I've felt that from the other way. Like when I come to do privates with you, I come down to pay to do session with you. And even driving down there, I'm like a kid. You know when you're at school and you're waiting for someone to beat you up after school? I was driving there thinking, fucking hell, 20 minutes, shit, 10 minutes. Like, come on, man. I hope for, like, praying for some traffic so I'm late so I don't get killed for an hour.
But yeah, you were different level. And for example, at that time, I feel you, how you approach, and I try to mirror your way or increase or keep the carrot in front of you so you can chase it or give you a little bit sometimes something so you can improve, you can grow. But at the beginning I just wanted to damage people.
Yeah, like, you didn't realize that you need to just give them enough.
Yeah, you have to give them enough, because look, what's the benefit for you coming and somebody try to rip you to pieces and you go home like injured or broken.
You can't do that for long because they're broken, aren't they?
Not only, but look, it's also on mental level. Like, for example, you want to see achievement as well. For example, you have to, especially when you become good at coaching, you have to be a little bit of actor as well. You know, like especially when you're sparring, like you have to grapple in a way that the opponent doesn't realize that you are faking it a little bit. Something. I mean, sorry. I mean, as long as you get the progress, but it depends. Now, some guys maybe they can try to crush you, but you have to make a strategy and a way to avoid it, and then have the patience, and then maybe just keep running around, get them tired, wait for the right time, right opportunity, take over.
Yeah.
But so you have to be like an actor sometimes when you coach. I mean, for the better, like of course give everything you have, but let your student or even when you do open mat, let your opponent get something, and then take over from there. That makes him better. That improves him. You know.
Yeah, I believe that. I had a chat with someone recently on here, actually. There was a guest on the podcast, and they asked me about training with me. They said the same. They said, like, oh, how come, like, sometimes I feel like I'm in a good position, but then in my mind, I didn't say it at the time, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I got this from Lyubo, right? Because it's like, you get to a position, let them have something, and then we start going, then we start turning it up, you know?
But in that way, you keep them hungry, and you keep the interest.
And I think it's good for me too, like if I give them a position, because now you have to figure it from there, especially if they're big, strong guys, you know? Because, and as well, this is another thing I want to touch on with you with the spar. You're like naturally smaller than me, but like when I grab a hold of you, I mean, you feel stronger than the guys I grapple with that 100, 110 kilos, because you get to your position and it's like, oh shit, here we go.
That's maybe because of the way you position your body, for example, how you stay, how you adjust, and are you compact or are you loose?
Yeah.
If you're loose, then you have to, the amount of effort and the energy you will expose is crazy.
Yeah.
But if you're compact, and for example, he's searching for something and you're constantly adjusting and creating better angle and better movement and finding a shelter, and just gradually, you don't have to explode or go crazy, but always gradually adjusting and keep the better position or the better center of gravity. You always will prevail. Yeah,
and you correct me if I'm wrong, but whenever I've rolled, like we've sparred before, and even today, we didn't really go hard, but more just techniques and positions. It's like, I feel like I get to a certain point and I feel like, yeah, this is okay. And then you go, it's almost like you're at the edge of the cliff and you go, oh shit, but it's too late. I can't stop it. And then it's like, once you've got your position and you get to the position you want, it might as well be a bear that's got a hold of you. The strength and the leverage, whatever it is, but it's like a different pressure, man. It's like a special style where it's not so much about technique from my point of view. Again, you tell me if I'm wrong, but it's more, if I show you the best armbar in the world and then we start sparring, I've said this before on here, so apologies guys, but it's like if I say, right, this is a perfect armbar, right, boom, let's spar, let's go, get me in the armbar. You're not going to be able to do it.
No.
It's like what you do is like a shutdown of people, and it's like before you know it, you're like, I can't even, I'm screwed here.
Sometimes it's good to learn the technique, because without the technique, it's what you've got. But I think I'm not sure. According to me, at least so far, while I'm being within this field and like coaching or grappling and wrestling, it's better to teach the principle of the sport, the attachment, for example, the adjustment, the angle, going forward, coming backwards, left, right, changing of direction, changing of level. And then once you understood that, how you flow, how you move, or how you wave, how you pressure, then you don't need too much techniques. You know, because anything you end up to, you'll be able to scramble off it. Or sometimes you can create your own style, your own technique when you know the principle of the fighting of the.
Because you can find your way there.
Of course, because you know how to adjust, how to attach, and now I can smother you in any position, you know, and just how is your mind, you know, is your mind more defensive, more offensive, and a lot of people, they're taking too much on the defensive side, which is, I'm not sure if it's wrong, but it's going to get you in trouble. I think regardless where you find yourself, you have to be always attacking. And when we say attacking, people mind sometimes the switch go on to crazy mode. You can attack gradually. You don't have to attack like explode, and then constantly adjust and flow and move and just get your opponent off base, off balance, make him work.
Constantly give him a problem.
Yeah, of course, because if you're constantly attacking gradually or fast, or it depends on the circumstances, you don't let him think of him attacking. So you have to be always on the, even if he attack you, you attack back. Not he attack you, you defend. And then you defend. So maybe he not catch you here, not catch you there, but at the end he'll catch you, you know.
Because I've experienced it, and this was another big light bulb moment with me when I started training with you, because like years ago I was on your back at one point, you let me have your back, and I'm thinking about choking you or whatever, and I end up getting tapped from your back because of the same thing, right? You're attacking from it. And when we used to train more regular, like every week, it'd be week after week after week, you'd catch me 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the same session with the same thing, and I knew it was coming, but because of the way you went a different route to it, or whatever you was doing, the shutdown, I still couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think, for example, like this back as well, like, or any position, but let's say the back, you know, when you get my back, for example, specifically the grapplers, you know, or the jiu-jitsu fighters, this is a rule. When you take a back or when you give a back, fight is almost over.
Yeah.
No, it's when I gave you my back, or when you took my back, not my defending begins, my attacking begins.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, you can have it all day long, but you have to spend the time there. You know, like when you talk, for example, there was a guy from the States, and like few other guys from across the world. Sometimes they message now with this social media and things. We get later on about this social media. So, like, they contact me, you know, say, oh, can we do online classes, you know?
Okay.
And that's the same thing as before when I came to City University. Like, then I say, man, what do you mean online, like wrestling classes? I mean, nowadays people maybe try to evolve and do it and things, but of course you can theory, you can give them, but so, and we started, I said, okay, let's go. I mean, and I'm honest, I said, man, I don't know what you're gonna gain from this. I mean, okay, we can agree, like a fee or whatever, we can sort it out. And he said, no worry, I'm willing to pay whatever necessary. I want to learn and to talk. I said, okay, let's start. And we started it, and in home I prepared some space, and I tried to explain to him. I almost broke my house, you know. I'm just trying to demonstrate and try to express to him what he's supposed to do. Of course, you can describe it, but without you feeling it, you must be able to feel it. For example, now let's say me and you, or you meet up with someone and just, let's say we're gonna train without talking. You learn a lot just going through the positions and adjustment and just flowing sometimes, just flow through. And another thing which I was meant to say earlier about you were touching upon how you feel that pressure, and we talk about the principles and so on. And today we touch upon it as well. Being patient within the fighting, you know, within the grappling. You have to have patience, because only through patience you're gonna have the right feeling and adjustment and sensitivity to see if this guy coming after you going. If you're rushing, sometimes you get caught up.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm get carried away. I'm forgetting.
No,
what
but
I
it's
want.
true because like some of the, especially like in Aldershot, some days there were some long days, hard days for me in them gyms, and it's a big gym as well. Can we mention the name? Is it okay to mention the name?
Yeah, of course.
Made a Gym, I think it's called.
Yeah,
Made a Gym
yeah,
in Aldershot. Shout out,
Aldershot,
Made a Gym was a fantastic facility. And again, it's a bit like being up here, up north. It's like it's different from London in terms of space. Like London's mostly little gyms, isn't it? Like you go down to Aldershot,
Yeah,
and
there
it's
is-
like the size of a football pitch inside, guys.
Man,
Like,
this is
you've
the
got
old
chance.
army gym, man. What do you
Old
say?
army gym, exactly. And we used to spend some hard days there, and a lot of them times, like we said, we'd spar for sometimes 2 hours, and speaking was at a minimum. You maybe give me a little tip, and we just go.
But now that's the next level.
Yeah.
Now, for example, when the athlete is ready, and as we mentioned earlier, now you assess where the student is.
Yeah.
You know where the person is. If he's beginner, you gotta drop onto his level. Like for example, with the kids, you know,
Yeah.
with the kids you cannot pretend too much adult. Of course, sometimes you have to stand your authority a little bit as well. But if you want to get them really, you have to drop to the level of the child. You have to become child yourself.
Yeah.
So the same thing with the beginner, like, or with the intermediate, you keep up the level. But for example, with you, through Kingston times, and actually you were regular, man. I think you were doing sometimes 2 sessions per
I used to
week,
follow you
know.
everywhere, man. Whenever I knew Lyubo, I think it was like there was a period where it was like 4 days in a row. I used to come from, I think it was, I don't remember. I think it was Aldershot, Kingston, Roger Gracie, somewhere else. I just used to follow you because it was so good.
But look, then you have the result when you stick something constantly. Then you can see the result, and then you already understood the alphabet. We didn't have to talk at the beginning. Maybe we talked a bit and so on, but then later on, only we stopped to a crack where okay, Wally, look, don't grab like this. Don't do the S grip here. Do the gable, or don't do here. Go deeper, you know, or rotate a bit here. So we touch up on the small details, but I think it depends of the level you are at, you know.
Okay, well, that's a compliment. I'll take that. If I get a compliment from Lyubo, you know you're doing something right. But so if we go back further to like your origins in Bulgaria, like firstly where you're from and how old were you and how did you start getting into wrestling?
Yeah, from Bulgaria, for example, when I was younger, there was a big tradition during the summer, for example, to have these outdoor wrestling events on the grass. You know, like it's like a fun day here in the UK. Like you make this in the park. There is big.
Like a fair,
Like a fair, yeah. Like it's well for the kids.
Yeah.
And for people to gather together. You know, this was maybe a weekend, because back home, for example, the people during that time, everybody was farmers. You know, like all the families, you had to look after cows, horses, donkeys, sheep. Everybody had something in their house, so you're constantly busy all year round. You don't have free day. And during the summer, people use these 2 days just to relieve themselves and see like old like relatives or friends from
All come together.
from other regions. People gather together, so it was very nice.
Nice.
Nowadays it's the other way around, you know, like all summer you party or go to the relax or see, or people have holiday mindset, you know.
Nice.
And if you have 2 days work, it's good.
Problem.
So it go up, it's other way around.
And where are you from? Which part of Bulgaria?
Southwest of Bulgaria.
Okay.
Just above northern Greece.
Okay.
From our region, like in the mountains, Two Falls Mountains, you see Greece.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very good region. It's nice, and I'm lucky to grow up in this environment.
What's it called? Where's the place you're
It's
from?
Kochan.
Kochan, that's the name I remember you telling me.
Village of Kochan is very good area. I love going back there, you know. Just how to say, to recharge your batteries, you know, where your roots are, and also the community, you know. I think all people who are with community, you know, the community forces you to become better, you know. They would not let you. I mean, they will force you to, because sometimes when you have no community, it's harder, you know. Or for example, when you have no coach, like you go to a team, somebody say, "Oh, this guy is training by himself," and it's hard, man. If you show me someone who can follow a routine alone, man, I'll shake his hand, I'll bow down to him and say, "Man, well done." So the community is the same. Back home, we had the community where either the older generation, they will inspire you. They will say something, oh, well done, or you try to prove yourself in front of them that you're worth it, you're better, you know, like either working on the fields to show you're like good, or I don't know, or if you make a mistake, they fix you up as well, you know, like I don't know, here on the West is different methods, but they say the slap, back home is the saying, the slap comes from paradise, you know, because it soars sometimes a lot of things, but maybe nowadays is like
But it sounds a little bit like it was here in the 90s, but now
yes,
it's changed,
we evolve for good or for worse or for better, I don't know.
Who knows, yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, that was the region I grew up in, and then the summertime, I escaped when I was younger from my parents. Like I ran away because I've told this story before as well, but I hear this announcer on the microphone announce, okay, maybe at 12 o'clock, he's saying like at 2 o'clock, we need to weigh in all the people who have desire to wrestle, the kids, it's going to be prizes and so on. And I look at my parents and I sneak on them and I went to sign up. I ready to wrestle, you know.
How old are you at this point?
I think maybe I was 9 or 10.
Still a baby, real young.
This time, like, but yeah, I done few other events like this.
Yeah.
I done one back home. They organized only for our village, and then I wrestled one gypsy boy. You know, like you have maybe here in the UK.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I see all this wrestling starting on, and then I see some people passing on the talo. They give them money. I say, man, I need to find somebody to wrestle with, you know. And I see this gypsy, like he was like my neighbor, and I said, man, let's go. There was like one like changing room, you know, like I said, let's go have a little fight between me and you, a little wrestle, and see who beats, you know, who wins. I beaten him. I said, man, maybe we do one more time. Like, let's see one more. I beat him twice. I said, no, let's go out on
now we go.
you know, have a strategy, you know. So maybe from there I got the desire to sign up for this other event. But also my ancestors, they used to go to other places, wrestle. My uncle as well, like my cousin, Lyubo Kumbarov. He's like a very good wrestler. He's like European champion, bronze medalist at the Worlds. He wrestled with John Smith. I don't know for the audience who know the American wrestler. He's two-time Olympic champion, six-time world champion. He wrestled him at Pan American Games. They were invited when this, you know, John DuPont.
Yeah.
You know, the
Foxcatcher. Yeah.
He wanted to make the best team in the world, like gather them together. So some of the Russians, some of the Americans, some of the Bulgarian, my uncle was invited.
So your uncle was there with him, wow.
So they competed at this Pan American Games, and he faced John Smith. He lead him 5-0, and then I don't know, through some circumstance, 5-5, match was over, and then referee decision, John Smith, but he was good level, you know.
Yeah, like two-time Olympic champion, to even be on the mat with him, you must be something, right?
Yeah, so it was good, you know, to pass through this, how to say, area, because also when you see people like him or other people, they inspire you to do better, you know. And then after I escaped from my parents to sign up for these outdoor events, my parents look for me and say, where is this guy? He lost. And when somebody is lost, he needs to go to this guy with the microphone, say, hey, somebody is lost, a child, bring him here. And as my dad was walking there, this guy calling my name, next bout to come out. This guy. So my dad asked me, he said, oh man, you like wrestling? I said, I like it. He said, you want to go to the capital, you know, like to examine yourself, you know, like.
Okay, so serious,
because amongst the whole country, there come like application. You need to make application, and then there is a test. You know, they test you like how is your endurance, 1,000-meter sprint,
like a physical.
How many pull-ups you can do, how many flips you can do. They wrestle with someone.
How many flips you can do?
Like if you can flip over or like there is some specific exercise. Like how many pull-up, how many like different things. So you have few days of examination, you know, and then among, let's say, 100 of competitors, only 10 places available, you know, so it was good. So from the village, I went to the CSK, Central Sport Club of the Army. Very good, one of the best sports school, actually, maybe the best sports school in the country.
Is this where we went? We went when we was out there.
Yeah. So This is like for all Olympic sports.
Okay.
If you want, you can do weightlifting, you can do swimming, you can do gymnastics, whatever you want. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. Now it's been so long that I forget nowadays. But still, that keeps you motivation. Where you come from is important, you know. Like, and I'm grateful for all the people who passed through, even from the childhood, all my teachers. It's important, you know, who passes through, because sometimes if you may be a good character, but if you pass through the wrong environment, you become sometimes different way.
Yeah.
You know, but if you find the right people and somebody good people as well, honest people, somebody who can look after you, it's good. But I think at the end of the day, sometimes it's also your fate, you know, your destiny, maybe what God prescribed you as well, you know. Sometimes how it's all a test at the end, you know. Even you being good, well off, it's a test. Even you being bad is a test. Just when you think it is, sometimes have the fate is all prescribed. Of course, you don't be lazy and say, oh, it's bad, I'm not going to do anything. You try your best, you know. Or if it's too good, you appreciate it, you know, like be humble, be, how do you say, like be grateful, you know, what it is. And then if you're with that mentality, it doesn't matter if bad comes or good comes, you can go through more with medium pace, you know. You don't go too hyped, because, for example, let's say if we sometime well off, it doesn't matter financially or sports, or our ego start build us up, you know, and you get too much, start looking from the high, which is sometimes can play you a bad trick, you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Or if you get too low, we get sometimes depressed, or like don't want to do anything, don't want to see anybody. No, it's not, doesn't depend on you sometimes, you know. When you think sometimes all depend on us, we get frustrated because you cannot handle. Sometimes your destiny, you know, like have the faith and try to do your best, you know. And good to experience sometimes bad, sometimes good.
Yeah,
you know,
I think you have to, right? That's what makes the good sweet.
But that's how you appreciate it. One guy say, how you know that you had a good day when you didn't have a bad one.
Yeah, exactly, right. But you was a 4-time national champion, right? Yeah. So you was obviously top level out there. But was you good straight away? Was it as soon as you did it?
No. I mean, technically and physically, I wasn't good. You know, like I mean, maybe physically I was better than technically because the farming and the environment you come from. But there is something that I think maybe plays a big role within the human or the athlete development. Is, I don't know how we call it here, but it's innate. You know, like innate is like
innate ability. Yeah.
No, it's like being stubborn. You know.
Okay.
You know, like being stubborn. You know, like I'm gonna just. You may be weak.
Yeah.
Because you may not be technical, you not be physical, but stubborn is something within you that you have it sometimes. You know, like even sometimes too much.
Yep.
Like, for example, my grandfather, he was very stubborn guy. Maybe I get a glimpse of his stubbornness, maybe a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And when you have that stubbornness, you try to make things work. You know, you will, maybe you cannot do anymore, but you will do out of this stubbornness. You know, like I don't know how to call this.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, stubbornness is the way.
Stubbornness or mentally tough.
Mental toughness, fortitude, whatever you want to call it.
But it's not mentally tough. Mentally tough, it's like you're kind, you're nice, mentally tough. Be mentally tough. But this stubbornness is a bit naughty, you know.
Like arrogance, like
maybe a little bit arrogance, but like I'm gonna do it, you know.
Yeah. You can't tell me I can't.
Yeah, to prove you wrong. To prove you wrong, I'm gonna do it. You know, I will. Don't tell me this cannot be done. You know,
I'll show you.
This type of attitude. You know, maybe that's something that you have within that drives you. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if sometimes this,
it makes sense.
If it's good or bad, because sometimes this can be bad, too stubborn. You know, because a lot of people, like for example, nobody loved my grandfather. Everybody like
leave him alone.
Because this guy too much stubborn. You know?
Yeah.
But maybe for him it was fine. You know, he
worked for him.
You stick to your ground, to your beliefs.
So you're a 4-time national champion in Bulgaria, and I think you went to America, right, for wrestling originally. Why was it that route and not like Olympics and stuff like that?
Because look, for example, like back home, when I went to the sports school, it was actually, when I think back, it has been very good to be part of this, because now when you come here, like in the UK or in the States, man, everything is paid for. You know, you look now, some of these kids, they bring them to the clubs or somewhere. Man, you have to pay either, how do you call this, membership fee or like some type of.
We used to call it, when I was a kid, we used to call it subs. You'd pay subs when you turn up.
Yes, something like this. Yeah, but where I went back home, it was all government supported. You know, like if you're part of this school,
so you get
accepted.
Free.
Yeah, you everything you're.
That's okay.
It's like a boarding school. You sleep there. It's like a big campus.
Is that if you get accepted, if you're a certain level? Because it's like that a little bit, not for wrestling, obviously, because wrestling in the UK is very, you know, there's no one really wrestles, you know. But like in boxing, like when I started boxing as a teenager, it's like that. Whereas like if you get to a certain level and you get to Team GB, it was after one of the Olympics. I think it was either Amir Khan or one of the guys who got gold medals. Oh, Amir Khan got a silver medal. The next Olympic, we got a gold medal with James DeGale. I think once that happened, the funding clicked in, and it was a bit different. So like then once you got to a certain level, you could go up to the Institute of Sport and get paid, and it, you know, it's different then. But,
yes, but back home that was on, like, for example, I'm not sure here like if it's only for boxing, but in the school was for all the Olympic sports, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So if you get accepted within any, like let's say athletics,
didn't matter,
like running or gymnastics or swimming or football or whatever you get accepted in, that's it. You're looked after.
Yeah.
So only thing for you was asked for, you have to train, compete. That's it. Study, because that the school was based very well. Like there was like a dormitory, you sleep there. Cafeteria, eat there, breakfast, lunch, dinner, school site, amazing facilities. So you go get your academic classes on, maths, literature, biology, chemistry.
Real school.
Like real school. So from the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning until 10, until 10:10 you have 3 academic hours. Then after that, 10:30 you have to go be to the gym, whatever sports you are. From 10:30 until 12:30 you do first morning session, training, and then after that you have a shower facility there with the training room, shower, lunch, 1:20 you have to be back to school until 4:30. 5 o'clock back to the gym until 7 training, shower, dinner, homework or sleep, it depends how.
From a young kid.
Yeah.
What age did you start doing this?
I think 12, 11, 12.
So 11, 12, you're like a professional athlete already, so you're living that life. And how is it? Is it hard or is it fun? I mean, obviously it's both, right? It's a balance.
It's your body, it takes a while.
Yeah. But was you enjoying it? I mean, was it fun or was it like, shit, this is tough?
You don't think, when you're that young, you don't think.
It's just, yeah. Okay.
You don't think, and when you have that stubbornness within you, you enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
So it was good, but through the training process, for example, like your back start hurting, your body start hurting because you're transforming. You're like 5-6 days per week. You're twice daily. You're pushing it, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to pass through some. What do you say? No pain, no gain. You have to pass through some transformation, you know. But yeah, if you manage to go through it, you go to the next.
Was that having you doing weights and all kinds of shit at that age?
At first, no. At first, they showed us the methodics and the principle, how you move, and then, of course, there was some circuits we've done, but you condition anyway. Just the warm up. The warm up is half an hour, like through different exercise, gymnastic, flips, blah blah, rows. Yeah. That strength and conditioning, especially for the young child. That's how you develop, and more you take it as a game, you take it as a fun. Nobody puts you on the weights yet.
No.
But we done a year or two, and then two of the coaches, there was some change within the national team. 2 of the coaches which were leading the seniors Bulgarian national team, they fired them or their contract finished, or I'm not sure, but they came to our school to become coaches.
Right, okay.
So we were lucky that such people come and they say, okay, right, now you've got this, you've got the technical, you've got the base, but now you need to become strong. So twice per day we'll kill you at the gym, you know, at the fitness.
Per day, every day?
Twice per week.
Oh, right, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, twice a day, that's extreme.
Twice per week, my bad. So Tuesday and Thursday,
yeah,
mornings we were doing weights.
Nice.
So he said, because one of the other coaches, he used to make us do a lot of running.
Yeah.
And this guy, he said, you're gonna become runners or you're gonna become a wrestlers.
Yeah. So you have to change. Yeah.
So he just changed this strength and conditioning, and we didn't do much. We just done 5 exercises. We did bench press, we did squats, we did clean and jerk, and then just this jerk, and then on one board we lean flat with your own body weight. Let's say if you're 80 kilo, you put first 80 kilos, slam it.
Like a row. So,
But you lean flat, onto the
Yeah, so you're like laying on the bench and pulling.
on the bench, and you're hanging in the air. So bar is there, you
Yeah.
hold it, and then you slam it onto.
So it's like the reverse of a bench press.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then those 5,
Yep.
you start, let's say, with your own body weight. So you start 5 sets, 10 reps of each.
What if you can't do it?
Then you reduce the weight. No, you reduce the weight.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
forces
Nobody judged you, okay.
Nobody judge you. No, if you judge, then you
Yeah.
lose them.
I thought that was like a cut off, like they was going to throw you out the school.
No. They see you. Like, for example, if you've never done it before,
Yeah.
they teach you, they help you. But that's why you start, like, let's say, or half your body weight. 5 sets, 10 reps all around this week.
And you do it like a circuit, so you do
Yes,
one,
sir.
then the
so
next.
you do with within your team,
Yeah.
there is maybe 4 or 5 guys your weight.
Okay.
So you do one station.
And then switch.
And then
switch.
heavier guys other station.
Yeah.
So these guys done five sets, 10 reps. Next guy, and this guy doing same other way. Then you swap. You've been to the bench press. Now you go to the squats.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so
So it's big rest between before coming back.
So
In terms of the same move, I mean. So you go. Sorry, am I reading this right? You go from bench press to squat to next one.
Yes, yes.
And then go around 5 times.
all around. But for example, if you are like four guys, you try to do like very quick, bam, 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 bam. Let 10 reps. You've done it like this.
Yeah.
You not do like
Nah.
talk or no. You have to come on. By the time you take a breather, it's your turn again. You know, because this guy bam, 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 10, next 10. You. Let's
Oh, I
go.
see. So you do 5 sets of your bench press before you go to the next move.
Yes.
Ah,
So this
so
guy
it's
do
hard,
10.
Yeah.
Then your turn. Then
Yeah.
other guy,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
you. One set,
Yeah.
and you do again, and again 5.
Now you finish your bench press. Now go and squat.
Yes,
Yeah.
then squat.
Okay.
Now-
So it's hard.
Yeah. So, and then next week, you do 6 sets, 10 reps,
That's interesting.
and then next one 7 set, 10 reps. So as you say, if you cannot do it, you start with half your body weight, but by week 5 or 2 months, week 8, you already get stronger. So and then once you do 10 sets, 10 reps, you increase the weight. But
And
by
stay at 10 or go back to 5?
No,
Is it
stay at 10.
Stay at 10.
Stay
So
at
now,
10.
yeah. And you
Stay
just
at
do this all year round?
No, not all year round. Winter time.
So when it's not wrestling
When
season?
it's not
Ah,
wrestling
so you've got
season.
time to get
so
strong.
you get strong, and then when wrestling season comes, then you focus more on circuit, you focus more on sparring, more on technique, more on analyzing.
And no weights at all
skills.
in this time, or what's going on here? You climbing the ropes and stuff. They do a lot of that stuff out there. Right?
Rope is just no out of the equation. Rope is every day.
Every
like
day, yeah,
after
just
the
climb.
after
Nice.
after the training every day is like 5 ropes or 7 ropes. Yeah, but
Making
they're different.
monsters.
But it's good within this environment because, for example, when you train with a team, there's the community as well. The team forces you.
Yeah, of course. It's extra.
Because you see this guy going, and you cannot cheat. Yeah, sometimes maybe you have a day where you don't feel you maybe ill or something, or you don't feel like it, and you're a little bit like, or sometimes the training take over. A little bit like, man, this is exhausting. But then when you see it, they push you. But if you're by yourself, your mind gonna trick you, say, man, that's not for you, or just don't do it today, do tomorrow.
But the boys are here, so it's time to go.
Yeah.
And what about running and stuff? Do you do like running in this time as well when you're doing your weights?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday you're doing running. What type of running are we doing? Sprints or like long distance?
We done every Wednesday 10 laps on the track and field.
Oh, right, okay, so big.
Like about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes.
Just as fast as you can, is it? Just go.
No, just normal pace, like not sprint, but not so catch it like a tempo.
It's real, yeah. And non-stop round the track.
Yeah, don't like.
Crazy. Yeah, so you're building some monsters there. And that's
and then
that's
after
impressive.
that, there is some facilities near the track and field. You do like 5 sets of 20 pull-ups, and then 5 sets of maybe 30 push-ups, 5 sets of these
Sit-ups.
sit-ups. 5 sets squats with the opponent your body weight.
And this is on top of the weights
Yeah,
as well.
this is
so
like a
this is extra.
dessert, you know.
Yeah, wow. So it's incredible training and stuff. Because when I was in Bulgaria, we had some fun times. I had some mad experiences too. Do you remember when we went for
the mountains.
up to the mountains?
Yeah.
But he said to the guys, there was a few of us, right? He said, "Oh, come, we'll have a nice walk in the mountains. It's going to be good. Breathe the air. Blah blah blah." Anyway, we started them. We were walking for about 30 seconds. Go 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 go. Made us run up this mountain to. I don't know how high it was, but it was snow where we were running, right? And then we got to the top, and there was pull-ups, dips, all kinds of craziness.
it was good.
And it was great times.
And nice food as well.
Nice food, and then we got the ski lift. You call it a ski lift?
Yeah.
Down the mountain and stuff like that. And there was a couple of times you got me with things. Do you remember well, you told me he was a bus driver. You remember what I'm talking about? This guy. What was his name?
Mitko.
Mitka. That was it. Well, you told me he was a bus driver, right?
Oh no, Ivan.
Oh, Ivan. Yes, this is it. So Miko was your friend, right? So yeah, this guy Ivan. What was his achievements?
Man, he's like European champion. He's I think 4th in the Olympics, or he was good.
Serious guy. And weighs what? Much smaller than me.
55 kg.
55 kg. Yeah. So, but when I went out to Bulgaria, I was probably
off season. He's 60 kg.
So he might have been 60 kilos at the time, and I was probably 80 kilos, right? And he said, "Oh, he's the bus driver. Just play around with him, have a go." So I thought, all right, cool. This little guy grabbed me and slammed me all over the mat for an hour. I was like, I couldn't believe what the fuck was happening. And in my mind, he's no one, right? He was just a bus driver. So I turned out and he was like, "Don't worry about it. He's this, he's that." And I was like, that helped me sleep that night. But this guy was humbling.
Good, we should repeat maybe once again.
100%. And the other guy, you put me to an older guy training.
Oh, Chaitanov, he's good coach. Actually, you were lucky to.
Amazing. And the thing that really, because again, tiny little guy, right? Yeah. Little, and maybe 70 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And he looked like, okay, he had clothes on. I didn't think much of it. He did a private with me. I was blessed to have a private with him. And he was showing me stuff. And he didn't speak great English, so he was like communicating through you. But he said, blah, blah. And you said like, whatever it was, take down, pick him up. So I did it, and I did it kind of whatever. And he said to Lyubo, and he was like, "Do it." So I did it a little bit harder, but still, he looked like older. So I thought, no, whatever. And then he did it to me, bang, 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 and like picked me up. And I was like, "Fuck!" And like these people are here crazy, It was amazing. And then he obviously went to the sauna, and we did our recovery stuff after the cold shower, saunas, all this stuff. And he took his clothes off, and I saw his body, and he was. I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's different out here, isn't it? It was fun.
Yeah, that's what I meant at the beginning of the conversation. When you go to different places and you train with different people, you get maybe inspiration, or maybe, how do you say, like, you get trashed up, or you trust some people, or you weigh yourself where you're at, and then you say, oh, I need to focus on this or this.
Yeah, I mean, when I was out there, that was like, shit, man, this might not be for me. Maybe I should start playing tennis. I don't know. But it was a fantastic achievement and stuff. And I know you work with a lot of MMA fighters and stuff too, right? Because we've done stuff. We've sparred as well in like, not MMA sparring, but like grappling in the cage. And you've got little tricks on the wall and all kinds of shit that goes on.
Of course, man. If you know how to twist how to blend the style, like for example, this region we mentioned earlier, like Dagestan, Chechen region, this Kafkas place, they have this style. And I think, as we mentioned earlier, the MMA, it has come a long way in the past, maybe 15, 20 years, let's say, because before in the old days, everybody come with his own background.
Yeah.
But now everybody is a proper MMA fighter.
Yeah,
they train their grappling, their wrestling, their stand-up. So I think it has come a long way, but it still has place to go. Maybe for the future of the MMA, you see now more good strikers with a little bit better takedown defense. Man, they're taking over. Not only the wrestler. The wrestler used to rule the MMA world for a long time. Still, a lot of them do. But now you see a lot of good strikers with a little bit leg defense. Man, they destroy a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to know your opinion on this too. I think a lot of it is having the ability in MMA to keep people where you want them. Doesn't matter so much what your background is, but if you're good enough to stop people taking you where they want to go and keep it where you want it, if you're at that elite level, like Alex Pereira is a good example, right? The Brazilian, he's not a grappler by any means. I mean, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, they say, but I don't know. But he's one of the pound for pound best in the world right now because he can just keep people where he wants them.
But that's what I'm saying. So look, if you have such a level stand-up, of striking or kicks, you know, like kickboxing, boxing, then you don't have to be great grappler or great wrestler. You know, you have to, of course, I don't think he's only focusing on striking. Or, no. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his...
well, he trains with Glover Teixeira, who's a beast of a grappler, isn't he? So I'm sure every day he's grappling hard,
so
you know?
he's building the confidence, at least for his takedowns, or he must be doing something. Otherwise, if he's a... I mean, it will be interesting to put him against some good grapplers to see. I think this Hamzat, they had something going on.
Yeah,
on
and Ankalaev they're talking to, isn't it? Ankalaev, do you know this guy Ankalaev,
Yeah.
the Dagestani in that division?
Yeah.
He's a grappler.
So it will be good to see, to put him against somebody like this, but with such a striking skills, like he just touches you and you drop dead.
Forget it, yeah.
Then but that's the skill.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, of course, this guy is a powerful beast as well, but it's not just a lot of people within the MMA are crazy beasts, but not many.
Not many can put you to sleep like that.
Not many, no.
Yeah.
So it's mixture between.
I want to see him to go to heavyweight. I keep saying it on here, so I probably sound like a broken record, but I want to see him at heavyweight because I think...
Yeah, it will be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I think the UFC, it crazy, man. They put in such a crazy show, crazy fights that the fans are going insane. So I think they will come up with something.
Yeah, well, Khabib's, I think it's his cousin, right? It's not his brother, Umar. It's, I think you did a breakdown of it recently, right? You said something about him. But I didn't watch all the fight. I did watch it, but I was kind of talking, so I didn't watch it too intently. But he's a motherfucker too, right? He's a beast, man. He's you know, that style's tough, isn't it?
Look, well, I think there is different, for example, let's say take it again from the basic start of the grappler, of the fighter. Like, for example, you've never fought before, let's say, and you're like a piece of paper, you know, or blank sheet, yeah, like white, you can draw whatever you want. So at the beginning, our bodies, like, it takes a process of conditioning. So at the beginning, even sometimes if you haven't grappled for a while, or if you haven't boxed for a while, a little bit of touch or a little bit of pressure, you kind of shy away from it, you know. But when you keep constant at it, and there is a journey where you take, at some point, you start coping with it. So you don't mind it. So at the beginning you were shy, you were aching, you tap quickly, you cannot handle it. But after a while, I'm fine with it. That's the next stage. And then after you being fine of it, you start liking it. You know, maybe start sounds weird,
no, it's
but
true.
you start, for example, at some point, like when you start pressuring me or start grinding me up, man, something within me start going, like you're waking up the lion, you know, like I love it, you know. But I think maybe this is the same with, as you say, with this Omar or Khabib or all the grapplers or MMA fighters who are at elite level, or the wrestlers. So, man, you have to enjoy it. You know, you have to build up or train yourself to such a level. When you get hit, you know, when you get hit, I mean, it sounds, somebody say, oh, let me hit you, and then you see. Yeah. But of course, I'm not gonna stay there and give you like to blast me through. I'm prepared, but look, when you, for example, if you watch like Khabib days, like when the punch is scribed through his face, not that he got punched too much, but when he get touched or something, like your fist flying through his head, some sparks showing up, like. But this guy, he's loving it, he's enjoying it. You're waking up the beast within him. Yeah. You know, I think the people who train either grappling or MMA or wrestling, you have to condition yourself to that level where you love it. Yeah. You know, you love it being put under pressure. You know, I like it. Like, not that I'm gonna give up, but I want to give me more. How do you call this? Is it dopamine you receive?
Yeah,
like,
dopamine release. Like,
yeah,
now
like
we're going. Yeah, adrenaline. Like, boom,
adrenaline.
boom, boom.
Yeah, give me more. You know, I love it. You know, I want it. Like, keep squeeze it. You know, I don't know how to explain, but that's the.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
The ecstasy you go to. You know.
Yeah, of course. If we're sitting here now and someone comes and punches you in the face, it's not so fun. But once we're warm and things are ticking, it's like, whoa, all right, we're live now.
You have to be prepared to take a punch at any time.
Yeah.
You know? You have to be prepared to take a punch or fight you condition. But look, but when you take it, you love it.
Yep.
You know, you're not like somebody punch you, and you're like, oh, or that's that you have a condition.
Yep.
Somebody punch you, and you go, oh, let's bring it. You know, like back home. I mean, that's off the subject a little bit, but when we were at the sports school, you know, we trained crazy. You know, twice per day you condition, and sometime during Friday, Saturday, we used to go to the student city. You know, in nightclubs. We used to pick up fights, you know, like
just for a good time.
Do third training. No, we do
third
twice,
session of the day.
do twice for a day training, and then we go look out for trouble. Maybe pick up a fight with the security guards, or with somebody like just proper.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, just get better, you know. But anyway, back home, one guy was naughty, you know, like we were something, and then this guy sneaked behind, and he punched me at the back of my head, like, wow. I just look. I said, "Come on."
Now it's time. Now you're gonna learn.
You start running away. Don't put this on your podcast.
Too late, bro. Yeah, but that's cool, man. And how about MMA? Did you ever think about going into MMA yourself?
When I returned from the States, 2009, in Bulgaria, my wife, she got accepted in one of the East Coast city, Varna, as a dental student. You know,
Okay.
she started studying dentistry, and at the time I went in that city, but again, you go to new place,
Same thing.
you
Yeah.
have to build up. So
Yeah.
I started going to the wrestling gym, and then I heard that there is the national MMA team in Bulgaria was doing training there, like in the city, you know,
Okay.
on Black Sea, and I started going there as well, you know, and we done some good training with them. And one of the coach, he was like world champion judo. He was the MMA coach at the time, and we grapple with him, with the other guys. So because of such a strong wrestling base, and you give a hard time to a lot of people,
Yeah.
heavyweights, small guys, you just
Yeah,
go
of
through.
course.
Only you need and he comes to me and he said, man, just give me 3 months on the stand-up with you. He said, you're going to destroy people, you know. But man, I don't know. I say, man, I'm too dangerous, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the UFC better be grateful that he didn't come in and smash people.
No, I mean, and this is a joke, but sometimes when this blank goes, you don't know what you're doing, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard. And also, I mean, of course, some people taking MMA is great, you know, as a career. But for me personally, I decided not to, you know, like. And I'm not regretting it. I'm not regretting. I like the way my life has gone through. Maybe more passing on the grappling, teaching, you know.
I'm glad, because otherwise I'd have never met you. We'd have never done that
Maybe, I
Kingston
don't know,
wrestling class.
But not only, I think, regardless how good you are, regardless, especially for MMA, there is different type of training, man. You have to dedicate full time. If you want to take it to the next level, you cannot joke. Because there, for example, now on the wrestling fight, you can cheat a little bit, you know, like, yeah, maybe you get pinned or you get thrown about, technical fault, a minute or 2 or 6, doesn't matter. Of course, it's a lot of effort and a lot of damage, but not the same.
Yeah.
You have, once you enter the cage, you have to be ready for life and death, you know. And then the conditioning is different.
Yeah.
When you get punched or when you get, it's not the same. So you have to be very well prepared. So, and it doesn't matter how good you are, you're not gonna only give, you will take. So I said, no, thank you. Let's just enjoy the training.
Nice. Yeah. But that's good, man. But before we finish up, is there anything you've got coming up? Anything, camps or anything you want to tell people for?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like I travel across, sometime go up to Manchester, down to London area, you know, once per month.
Nice.
You know, doing like seminars or camps.
So that's once a month. I'm going to start seeing you again.
Yeah, when you have the
Fantastic.
chance, come. But for the moment, I'm based more here because try to spend more time with family.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
know.
Very good.
I think maybe end of October, beginning of November, I'm planning to organize like a similar camp what we done in Bulgaria, if you're available.
I'm available.
Or if some of
I'll
the-
make sure I'm available.
I think because some of the guys down south, some people from here, they are keen to
Yeah.
make a
for
journey.
sure.
We can mix it up, like mix it up with grappling, wrestling, some MMA, or
Let's do that for
and then
sure.
go have some nice food,
Nice.
go in the mountains, mix it up, you know. But I think it's good. At least maybe once per year, I'm planning to organize something like this, you know, gather. And also, one of my friends, he's a very good coach and very good, how do you say, mind for grappling. If you know the suples, you know this.
Yeah.
The Bulgarian
Ivanov, is it?
Ivan Ivanov.
Ivan
Ivanov, yes. So he say once per year, if you want, you can come to the States. You know, like gather some like a team, and come to my place. He say I've got like a place to stay, good gym training, sparring partners. So that's also on the list. So we'll see if.
So it's looking good. Once a month I see you in London. Once a year in Bulgaria, once a year in America.
Maybe.
We're back up and running now, we're doing it. But before we finish off, I always have a bit of a fun with people. I ask them who their favourite MMA fighter is, stuff like that. So at the moment, who's the number one MMA fighter in the world, mate?
Man, it's good, it's interesting to see. I think that I cannot say. I like few guys. It's good to see the different styles.
Yeah.
But sometimes the number one MMA fighter, you don't even see them. You know, they're hidden.
They're here.
It changes.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on the one on the day. But I like because, like, for example, my style is this like pressure crush. And for example, now when you mention about the MMA, the skill set there we didn't touch. Maybe this afternoon we go to the other place. We can carry on, or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you see, for example, let's say this Islam or some of that type of style, how they approach. Mm-hmm. Like if you try to punch, he's on you. If you try to kick, he doesn't. Maybe he will try to avoid you a couple times. But when you're serious, he attacks. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think I like to see more of these grapplers, how they blend the style, because it's good to see how they manipulate. Makes a good fighter looks like he never grappled before.
Yeah.
The striking I love as well. Like as you say, Alex Pereira, very good. There is one Spanish guy. He's with some Georgian
Topuria.
Georgian roots as well. Very
I like him,
interesting style as well. Very solid, very precise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good to watch how the MMA evolves. I cannot say if I have a favorite, but it's lovely to see how the MMA evolves. And we're lucky that this MMA evolves, so that keeps us busy as well. You know, the grapplers, the wrestlers.
Never-ending story, isn't it? It always keeps growing. All right, man. But last one I always ask you again, just for fun. Who's your football team?
Football.
Chelsea, very good. Thank you very much for coming. Beautiful. No,
football, to be honest with you, football, I like to watch the dynamic and the speed, but I don't have favorite, man.
Well, no, you do. We just gave you one. You can have that, keep that, put it in your pocket, and it's yours forever now.
I'll cheer for them, you know. But it's good to see the dynamic, you know. In sport, when you see like nice performance, it's a beauty, you know. It doesn't matter if it's a football or a wrestling or grappling or gymnastics or swimming or diving.
I'm with you.
There is a beauty within, you know, like, wow, this is interesting, you know.
100%. All right, man. Thank
Anyway,
you so
brother,
much for
thanks
doing
for your
this. I
time.
really
Appreciate
appreciate this. No, I appreciate you, man. We always finish fists up like this.
Good luck with your grappling journey.
Thank you very much. You're a big part of it, man. Keep the fists up, squeeze the neck, boom.